Hello, Pre-AP English 1 Alliance. Here is your video helper for your To Kill a Mockingbird historical research assignment. You can go to readylibrary.com and click on the link to your resources. Once you are here, this video helper will appear right here, and there'll be a link to it here, but you can click here. And this should open up into Mockingbird for you. You can always go to Mockingbird.com and log in there with your 6-digit student ID and your 8-digit birthday and Reedy as the school. Up here at the top are your possible research topics or lenses that you will be working with for this assignment. Down here, you will notice an array of resources for you to use. You can always change the view of the resources by clicking right here, and that way you can see a little more information about the different resources that are in here. And when you click over here, you'll notice that they get up to a smaller view. So of course this is just a link to Google Drive. So when you click on this, you have quick and easy access to your Google Drive. This is the MLA guide in case you need to use MLA, in case you need a research guide for this at all. That is there. Scribble. This is a really cool resource that you may want to try and start using. So Scribble is a way to annotate things online, and so I'm going to sign in because I already have an account. You can get an account for free as well, and then every time I sign in with my Google account, just like that. Now you'll notice that here is a library of some of the different resources that I have collected for various research things that I have been doing. Whenever you do a research assignment, you are going to want to make sure that you give it a tag. So that way, for instance, if I'm looking for all my resources for Dat Boy, I can click here and see all of the resources and information that I have collected for this particular assignment. The other thing is once you put something in here, you can annotate it online. You can put notes in it, highlight it, do all kinds of cool things to it, and then those annotations will stay with the object once it's in your library here. So that is Scribble. This first resource right here is some information to give you some historical context and kind of explain some of the various lenses to you. And so that resource is right there. Some of the other things in here, this right here, when you are in the library, I'm going to be talking to you about different types of sources. In our databases, we basically have these different types of sources. Magazines, reference and nonfiction ebooks, academic journals, newspapers, and online encyclopedias. And so you are going to be able to use this guide that is in Mockingbird, that is right here, in case you are wondering, well, where do I get a book? What databases have books, or what databases have newspapers? And so you can use this as a quick and easy guide to different types of sources. So when your teacher tells you you need 3 different types of sources, 3 different types of sources would be a magazine, a book, an academic journal, a newspaper, or an encyclopedia article. Okay, those are different types of sources. So as I tell you in the source thing, encyclopedias are always a good place to start when you're looking for basic information about a topic and just to learn enough about it. And so let's just say I'm going to put in here Great Depression, put in my search term, and then you can click on the article, and this is just going to give you a little bit of information about this topic. If I were going to use this, I would want to cite it MLA style. I would copy and paste this into my Works Cited page. Okay. After you get some basic information about your article from Britannica School, I would suggest that you go to something like ABC Clio American History, because this is going to give you just a little more in-depth information. So I am literally going to put in To Kill a Mockingbird. You'll notice there's an article here about Harper Lee, the author. There are some images from To Kill a Mockingbird. This tells you a little bit about or it's a list of the Pulitzer Prize because To Kill a Mockingbird won a Pulitzer Prize. And then the Topic Center, this is going to give you some information about both the stock market crash and the Great Depression, and it's going to give you information about the time period between 1929 and 1939. So let's say that I want to use this article. I can come up here to Cite, and I can make sure I copy and paste the MLA citation into my Works Cited page and use this. Now this is also a database where you can, as I said, get images. So let's say that I want to use this image, okay? I would copy the MLA citation right here, and then I would use this image right here, okay? Alright, so that is going to be ABC Clio. Let's see. So the next source that I would recommend that you probably go to would either be GVRL or Student Resources in Context. I think really either one of these, Student Resources in Context would probably be the next best place to go. And so I can put in my topic up here. Okay, and so you'll notice that here I'm going to get an overview of the topic provided by this particular database. And then you'll notice over here it's going to tell me all the different types of sources that I can get information from. So reference. Reference for the most part is going to be encyclopedia articles, perhaps some nonfiction books as well, biographies. There are specifically images. There are 24 primary sources in this database about the Great Depression. And so primary sources are great because these are sources of information that came from the actual time period, okay? So those are primary sources. We have videos, we have 57 news articles, 152 magazine articles, 87 academic journals, 12 critical essays, a couple of websites. So you'll notice that in this database alone, you can hit almost all of the different types of resources. So this is a great one. And so you can either click on these items right here, that way, or you can also scroll through and look at them this way. And for instance, if I want to see all the primary sources, I can click on this here, and now I can see all the different primary sources that are offered in this database, okay? And this is one of the databases where you can sign in with Google, and then let's say I want to use this A Hobo Remembers. I can download it directly into my Google Drive just by clicking Save to Google Drive and download. And then I can also, of course, get my MLA citation. Right here is my MLA citation. And then if I want to have the URL, so I can click on this and return back to this article directly from the URL later, I can get that too. Or I can just download it into my Google Drive. Either way. All right, so that's Student Resources in Context. I'm also going to recommend GVRL. GVRL is basically a reference library with reference books and nonfiction ebooks. So again, I'm going to type in my search term. Okay. And then I will be able to see over here the types of documents that there are. Okay, lots of different types of documents. So I would want to go through here maybe and look at that, or I could even look by publication title. I can look in here and you'll see some of them are going to be encyclopedias, so you can see that these are encyclopedias. And then I can also, subjects are over here, which might be helpful. Okay. So you can limit your search by the type of document if you want, things like that. You can also come over here, and if you're looking in the GVRL, chances are you are going to have a narrower, if you've gotten this far and you're still needing some very specific information. So I can say search for the Great Depression, and I could say that I'm looking specifically for information about Franklin D. Roosevelt. And so I could click search right there. And so now I've got a much narrower resources as far as if I'm looking specifically for something regarding the Great Depression and Franklin D. Roosevelt. Okay. So you can always click on that advanced search option when you're in the databases. All right, so that's the GVRL. Now, there are some other literary resources in here. These are the four, the three four. Here's the 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are your literary resources. So these are going to provide you with some literary criticism and other information, perhaps about the author and or To Kill a Mockingbird as a whole. Okay, the last thing I have for you guys in here is opposing viewpoints and context. This is going to be a database that if you want to find both sides of the issue, like perhaps if you want to try and find some documents on both sides of segregation, you know, the information about both sides of that issue, you can certainly use this database. And then I also put in the audiobook and the ebook of To Kill a Mockingbird in here, just in case you wanted to reference or use either one of those through the course of this assignment. As always, if you have any questions about any of these resources or any of anything while you're doing research, please feel free to email me, lambertn@friscoisd.org, or feel free to come see me in the library and I will be happy to assist you. Good luck, Lions!